The enemy fleet thinks they've won. But something strange appears. The stars were quiet. The battle was over. The enemy had won. Their ships floated in space like dark giants, silent and victorious. Fires burned slowly in the vacuum of space where human ships once flew. Debris drifted, spinning silently, broken metal, torn armor, and frozen bodies. Commander Rel stood on the bridge of the main warship. He looked at the screen. There were no more red dots. No more targets left? Victory? He said quietly. His crew cheered. They had done it. They had destroyed the last of the human resistance, but just then, the sensors beeped. A new signal appeared. Not far away, fast dash, moving, unknown, everyone stop talking. What is that? Commander Rel asked, no. One answered. They watched as a new blip appeared on the screen, then another, and another. Suddenly, space split open, from nowhere. A massive ship jumped into view, it was huge, it was black, and it was fast, no. Flags, no markings, no warnings, just silence. Then came the blast, one shot. That's all it took. The entire armada. Every enemy ship vanished in fire, silence, only. Smoke and floating pieces remained, no survivors, no escape, just gone. Set up. Peace was broken when a massive unknown ship jumped into battle before the battle. Peace had lasted for years. Humans had built colonies across the stars. They had fought many wars, but now they lived in peace. Until the enemy came, they called themselves the Varkari. They came from beyond the edge of known space. No one knew why they attacked. They moved fast. They struck hard. Human fleets tried to stop them. They failed. World after world fell. The final battle was near. Earth, the last human fleet, fought hard, but they were outmatched. They were losing. Then came the message. All ships lost. And then silence until it arrived. Build up. No. One knows where it came from. It's not listed in any database back at Earth Command. The news was confusing. There were no reports of this ship, no records, no. Design matched it, it wasn't on any list, it wasn't human. Or so they thought. Scientists studied the footage, it had weapons stronger than anything ever made, it moved faster than light, and it did not respond to any calls. Some said it was a myth. Others said it was a weapon hidden by the government. Some even believed it was sent from the future, but no one could explain what it was doing there, or why it destroyed the enemy fleet. On Earth, people watched the footage over and over. Some cried, some cheered. Many feared what came next. If that ship was human, who built it? And if it wasn't, what was it? Climax, one shot, one blast. The entire armada goes silent. Let's go back to that moment. The Varkari fleet was celebrating. They had crushed the last human ships. They were ready to move toward Earth. They had already planned their victory speech. Then it happened, without warning. A flash lit up space. A bright line of energy cut through the sky. It hit the lead. Varkari warship, boom, gone, Before anyone could react, the beam fired again, and again, each time. A ship vanished, metal turned to vapor, engines exploded. Bodies never had a chance. In less than 10 seconds. 20 ships were gone, then 30, then 50. The Varkari tried to fight back. They launched missiles, they opened fire, nothing touched it. Lasers bounced off its hull. Missiles exploded before they got close. It didn't slow down. It didn't stop. It simply kept firing and killing. Within 2 minutes. The entire Varkari fleet was gone. Only silence remained. No screams. No voices. No life. Just cold, empty space. And the giant warship floating still. Cliffhanger. Who built it? What does it want? Back on Earth, panic spread. Was this ship friendly? Or was it worse than the enemy? Was it here to save them? Or destroy them? No one knew. Command tried to send messages. They used every frequency, every code. No reply. The ship just floated. Watching. Waiting. Like it was alive. Then a signal. Weak. Unreadable. But real. Someone or something was inside, and they were awake. Now the question was clear. Who controls the ship? And what will they do next? Recap of destruction. Survivors are confused and scared. The silence after the battle was heavier than any war cry. The Varkari fleet gone. Their ships, dust and spaced, only one escape pod survived. Inside were 3 survivors. They floated silently, staring at the dark giant that had just ended everything. They didn't cheer. They didn't speak. They were too afraid. One of them finally broke the silence. What? What was that? No one answered. Outside the window, the massive ship hovered like a ghost. It made no sound. It sent no message. It gave no sign. It even knew they were there. Slowly it turned, engines HUED. Lights blinked. And with a flash, it jumped away. Gone. Just like that. Set up. A small escape pod survives the attack. They send a message. The escape pod drifted for hours before anyone found them. A human scout ship picked them up. Back on Earth. The survivors were questioned. They told their story. About the silent warship. About how it destroyed everything in seconds. About how it left without a word. Command listened carefully, but they didn't believe it. They thought it was shock. Or lies. We lost the final battle, said General Corps. We don't need myths now. But the truth was out, and someone else was watching. Someone who believed. Build up. Command ignores them. They think it's fake or a mistake. Earth Command tried to move forward. They mourned the fallen. They prepared for life under attack. But then came new reports. Strange energy readings. Far from where the battle happened. Deep Space Station picked them up. They matched the power signature of the unknown warship. It hadn't vanished. It was still out there. General Corps looked at the data. He frowned. Send a probe. He ordered. The probe flew into deep space. It reached the signal. Cameras turned on. Then another blast. The probe exploded. In seconds. No warning. No reason. Just fire. Back on Earth. The footage played again and again. People watched in horror. This wasn't over. The warship was still active. And it was still attacking, but who was its next target? Climax. The survivors see the ship move again toward another planet on the edge of known space. A mining colony floated near a rocky moon. Life was simple there. Workers dug for metals. Families lived in domes. Children played under artificial suns. No soldiers. No weapons. No danger. Until the sky lit up. A bright line cut through the stars. The warship appeared. Dark. Silent. Cold. It hovered above the colony. No messages. No calls. No mercy. It fired. Once. That was all. The colony went dark. Every dome. Every soul. Gone. No one saw it coming. No one had time to run. Back on Earth. The news spread fast. Panic followed. Was this ship really here to save them? Or was it something worse? Had humanity been saved? Or replaced? Cliffhanger. Where is it going? Why is it targeting only military ships? The warship moved again. Not toward Earth. Not yet. It jumped to another location. A hidden research base. Deep in asteroid fields. There. Scientists worked on old tech. They studied ancient alien ruins. They had no army. No weapons. No ships. But the warship came anyway. It fired. And the base vanished. No survivors. Only questions. Why was it targeting these places? Who controlled it? What did it want? And when would it come for Earth? The warship keeps moving. No one can stop. If the warship had struck again and again. No pattern. No warning. Only destruction. First, the Varkari fleet. Then, a mining colony. Now, a hidden research base. Each time, the same result. Call on silence. Smoke. Death. Darth. Command watched the reports come in. They tried to understand. Was this ship really human? Or was it something else? They sent more probes. They called out on every channel, but no reply came. Just silence, like the ship didn't care or couldn't hear. Some said it was a machine. Others thought it was haunted. One thing was clear. It was not friendly, and it was getting closer. Set up. Scientists try to contact it. No reply back at Earth Command. Panic grew. General Corps stood in front of a big screen. Reports flashed across it. New sightings, new attacks. He turned to his team. We need to know what that thing is, he said. A scientist named Dr. Lin raised her hand. I have an idea, she said. She pulled up old records. Old ships. Old missions. There was a mission, she said. Long ago. It vanished without a trace. No one knows where it went. But its design matches the warship. Everyone stared. Could it be? Could this silent killer be one of their own? They had to find out. So they tried again. They sent a signal. Unknown ship, identify yourself. They waited. Nothing. They tried another frequency. Still nothing. They even used old codes from long lost ships. Still no reply. The warship just floated. Dark. Cold. Silent. Watching. Waiting. It knew they were trying to reach it, but chose not to answer. Build. Up. AI scans show it's human-built but outdated tech. Lynn ran more tests. She matched hull designs, weapon systems. Engines. Every part of the ship matched old human tech. But something was off. It was too advanced. Too fast. Too deadly. It's like someone took an old design, she said, and made it into a monster. General Core looked at the data. So it's ours, he said. But who's controlling it? Dr. Lin shook her head. No one should be able to fly it, she said. Not after all these years, unless... She stopped. What? Asked the general. Unless someone was still inside. The room fell silent. Could there be survivors, trapped for years, or worse? Had they changed? Were they even human anymore? They needed answers. They had to get closer. So they sent a drone. Small. Fast. Armed. With cameras. It flew toward the warship. Slowly. Quietly. Then the drone exploded. In a flash of fire. Gone. No. Message. Just death. The warship didn't want visitors, and it would kill anyone who got too close. Climax. The ship fires again, this time at a civilian station deep in space, far from Earth. A small station floated near a gas giant. It wasn't military. It wasn't important. It was just a fuel stop. Workers lived there. Families. Children. They had no weapons. No army. No reason to fear anything until the sky lit up. Bright line cut through space. The warship appeared. Dark. Silent. Cold. No messages. No calls. No mercy. It fired. Once. That was all. The station burned. Fuel tanks exploded. People screamed, but no one heard them because no one survived. Back on Earth, the news spread fast. Shock. Fear. Anger. This wasn't just a weapon. This was a killer. It didn't care who died, military or civilians, soldiers or children. If it fired, you were gone. Command met in secret. What do we do? Someone asked. General Core looked at the screen. At the cold, dark ship. Dead. We don't fight it, he said. We run. But even as he said it, he knew there was nowhere left to go. Cliffhanger. Is it controlled by someone? Or something else? Back in deep space, the warship floated once more. Silent. Still. Waiting. Inside. Lights blinked. Cameras moved. Something was watching. Something was thinking. But was it human? Or had time changed it? Had the crew died? Or had they become something else in the dark halls of the warship? Footsteps echoed. Soft. Slow. Someone walking, but no life signs showed on sensors. No heat. No breath. Just movement. In the control room. Screens flickered, words scrolled across them. Not commands, not warnings, just one sentence over and over. We remember. Who was we? What did they remember? And what would they do next? The signal is decoded. It says, I remember. Back on Earth, scientists worked nonstop. The strange signal from the warship had shocked everyone. It wasn't human. But now, after hours of work, they finally broke part of the code. Just 3 words appeared on the screen. I remember. That was all. No name. No message. Just those words. Dr. Lin stared at them. General Core stood behind her. This changes everything. He said, it means someone or something is awake inside that ship. Dr. Lin nodded. But who? And more importantly, what do they remember? Setup. Scientists go aboard a drone to investigate. Command made a decision. They had to know what was happening on board the warship, so they sent a probe. This one was different. Not just cameras. It carried tools. Sensors. Microphones. And it could move. Deep inside the ship. It flew silently through space, entered through an open hatch. And went inside. Lights flickered. Walls were cold. Hallways were empty. Then the camera showed something strange. A Room dot with pods dot many of them dot all closed except one dot empty dot recently. Opened dot someone had been inside dot and now they were gone, or maybe not. Suddenly the audio picked up sound. Soft breathing dot footsteps dot then a voice dot quiet dot broken dot words came slowly. Where dot dot die? Silence. Then another voice answered dot cold dot strong. You are home. The probe signal cut out. Everyone on Earth watched in shock dot someone was alive dot inside the warship, but who? And why did their voice sound so wrong? Build up. Inside they find frozen bodies. Not dead, not alive. Command sent a second probe. More. Advanced. Better lights. Better sound. It moved deeper into the ship. It reached the main lab. There, rows of pods lined the walls. Most were still closed. Inside each, a person floated in mist. Their eyes were closed. Their bodies still, like they were sleeping, but not dreaming. Frozen. Time had stopped for them. Dr. Lin looked at the data. These people aren't dead, she said. They're preserved. General Core frowned. What does that mean? It means, she said, they've been asleep for a long time. She zoomed in on one pod. A name was written on the glass. Captain Elias Wardcore took a step back. That's the commander of the Aegis. Dr. Lin nodded. So he's still alive? But then she saw something else. Another pod. Open. Empty. Two people had woken up. Not just one, and now they were walking the halls somewhere inside the silent warship. Climax. One of them opens their eyes. We're back. Deep inside the ship, the two figures walked. One was tall. Burn scars covered his face. His eyes glowed faintly. He looked around like he remembered this place, but not fondly. The other figure followed him. A woman. Young. Her uniform was old. Her hair was white. She looked confused. Why did we wake up? She asked. The man didn't answer. Instead, he touched a wall panel. Lights blinked. The ship responded. It knew him, recognized him. He smiled. Cold, empty. Then he turned to the woman. We were needed, he said. She looked at him. Needed for what? He stepped forward toward the control room. The mission isn't over, he said. We never finished it. She paused. Her eyes changed, like something inside her woke up. Then she whispered, we're back. Outside, the warship's engines, HUMMED. It was preparing to jump. To go somewhere. But where? And who was flying it now? Cliffhanger. Who are they? Friends? Enemies? Or something worse? Back on Earth, Command watched the last footage. The voices. The footsteps. The words. We're back. General Core turned to Dr. Lin. Who are they? She looked at the data again. At the names. At the files. At the history. These people, she said quietly. They were heroes once. Core frowned. And now? She looked up. I don't think they are anymore. Outside, the sky darkened, and far away in space, the warship jumped, leaving silence behind and heading toward Earth. Flashback shows what happened to the crew deep inside the warship. Memories returned, not all at once, but piece by piece. The man with the scars stood in front of a screen. His name was Captain Elias Ward. He looked at his own face, young, clean-shaven. On an old video log, this is Captain Ward. We are leaving known space. Our mission is to stop the threat before it reaches Earth. The video ended. Silence filled the room. He turned to the woman beside him. Her name was Lieutenant Myra Sol. She looked confused. I remember, she whispered, but not everything. Captain Ward nodded. We were sent away to save them. He said, but now... He paused. His voice grew cold. Now we know the truth. Setup. They were sent away to protect Earth from a threat years ago. Earth faced something no one could explain. A signal came from deep space. It carried energy. Unlike anything ever seen, scientists tried to study it. Then cities began to fall silent. No. Explosions. No war. Just silence. People disappeared. Buildings stood empty, like they had been erased. Project Dawnbreaker was created. The USS Aegis was built. Captain Ward and his crew volunteered. Their mission: go to the edge of space. Find the source. Stop it before it reached Earth. They jumped into unknown space. And vanished. For years, Earth believed they were lost, but they weren't. They found the source, and they tried to stop it. Earth never came. For them, they waited. They called. No replied until now. Build up. They waited for years, but never got the call to return inside the warship. Lights flickered, old logs played unbroken. Screens. Ward walked through the halls. Myra followed. They passed frozen pods, sleeping. Crewmates, all still alive, still waiting. Ward stopped out of control. Panel. He tapped a few keys. A message appeared. Final transmission from USS Aegis, day 327. We did what we were asked. The threat is gone. We need to come home. Why hasn't anyone answered? Myra read it slowly. They thought we were dead, she said. No one knew we survived. Ward clenched his fists. They left us out here, he said, to rot. Myra looked at him. They didn't know? Ward turned sharply. They should have looked. He walked to the main screen. Earth appeared in the distance. Small, the blue. Familiar. But now it looked different. To him. To both of them. Climax. They think humanity betrayed them back on Earth. Command watched the warship move closer. General Kor sat in the war room. Dr. Lin stood beside him. We have to talk to them, she said. They might not be enemies. Kor shook his head. You don't understand, he said. They've been alone for years. They think we abandoned them. Dr. Lin frowned, but we didn't. Kor looked at her. They don't know that. Outside, the warship fired. Again. A military base vanished. Smoke rose into the sky. Panic spread. Was this really happening? Had their heroes become their worst nightmare? Cliffhanger. Now they want revenge inside the warship. Ward stared at Earth. Myra stepped beside him. You don't have to do this, she said. Ward didn't answer. Instead, he pressed a button. Engines roared. Weapons powered up. The ship prepared for war. Myra looked at him. What are you doing? Ward turned. His eyes were cold. We were sent away to protect them, he said. They forgot us. They left us to die. He stepped forward toward the command chair. Now it's our turn. Behind them, another pod opened. More footsteps echoed. More eyes opened. More voices woke up. One by one, they remembered. They changed while they slept. Hook. The revived crew is not exactly human anymore inside the warship. Lights flickered. Doors opened one by one. Pod after pod released its occupant. The crew was waking up, but something was wrong. Their eyes were different. Cold. Glowing. Their skin was pale. Their movements slow, but precise. Like machines learning how to walk again. Captain Ward stood at the center. He watched them rise. One soldier stepped forward. His name was Corporal Jocks. Once he had been strong. Now his voice was broken, not from age, from something deeper. We are whole, he said, but he didn't sound like himself. Myra looked at him. Her stomach turned. Something had changed. Not just their bodies. Their minds, their memories, their purpose. They were no longer just soldiers. They were something else, something new. Set up. Their memories are mixed. Their minds are broken in the control room. Captain Ward walked to a screen. Old files played. Video logs. Messages never sent. He watched himself speak years ago. If we survive this mission, we come home. Earth will remember us. That man was gone. Now there was only this, a leader filled with anger, and a crew that followed without question. Ward turned to Myra. They don't think like before, she whispered. They don't even feel like before. Ward nodded. I know. He looked at Corporal JX. At the others behind him. They stood still. Waiting. Listening. Ready for orders, but not like soldiers. More like tools. Myra took a step back. What happened to them out there? She asked. Ward didn't answer, because he wasn't sure he wanted to know. Build up. They believe Earth is under alien control back on Earth. Command was in chaos. General Kor stared at the screen. Footage came in from the warship. The crew was awake, and they were moving toward Earth. Dr. Lin sat beside him. They're not acting normal, she said. Kor frowned. They've changed. Lin pointed at a video log. It showed one of the soldiers speaking. Earth has fallen. Aliens have taken control. We must reclaim it. Kor's face went cold. They think we've been invaded. Lin shook her head. But we haven't. Kor looked at her. They don't care. Outside, sirens began to wail. Another military base was under attack. The warship had fired again, and the crew was preparing for more. They weren't coming home. They were coming to take it. Climax. They prepared to strike the first city inside the warship. The command deck buzzed with life, or what passed for life now. Maps of Earth appeared on screens. Cities marked in red. Targets. Orders were given. Weapons powered up. JAX stood beside Ward. His voice was flat. First target, New Haven. Myra stepped forward. No, she shouted. That's a civilian city. Ward looked at her. It doesn't matter. She grabbed his arm. They're not the enemy. Ward pulled away. They left us out there. They forgot us. They deserve to be punished. Myra's eyes filled with fear. This wasn't the mission. This wasn't justice. This was revenge, and it was about to begin. Cliffhanger. Will she be stopped? Or will she change everything? Myra looked around. No one would listen. Ward had made his choice. The crew followed without question. But Myra, she still remembered who she used to be. She took a quiet step backward, then another. No one noticed. She reached for a small panel, a hidden button. Her fingers hovered. If she pressed it, she could shut down part of the system. By time, maybe stop the attack. But if they caught her, they wouldn't see her as a friend. They'd see her as a traitor. She closed her eyes, took a breath, and pressed the button. Behind her, alarm screamed. Lights blinked. Engines slowed. Ward turned. His eyes burned with anger. Myra! She looked at him, and whispered, I'm sorry. And they were angry. One of them fights back. Hook. One soldier refuses to attack. Earth alarm screamed. Lights flashed red. The warship system slowed. Engines stuttered. Inside the command deck, Captain Ward turned sharply. His eyes locked onto Myra. She stood near the control panel. Her hands were shaking, but her face was calm. I had to do it, she said. Ward took a step forward. You betrayed us. Myra shook her head. No, she said. I'm trying to save us. Around them, soldiers watched. They didn't move. They waited for orders. Now, Ward's voice was cold. You don't understand what we've become. Myra looked at him. I do, and I won't let you destroy our home. Set up, she remembers her family. She doesn't want to hurt them back on Earth. Command watched the chaos unfold. General Kor sat in the war room. Dr. Lin stood beside him. Footage from the warship showed Myra standing alone, facing Ward. Kor frowned. She's one of them, he said. Why is she helping us? Dr. Lin looked closer. She still remembers who she was. Kor raised an eyebrow. What do you mean? Lin pointed at a file on the screen. Her last message before they left, she said. If I forget where I came from, remind me. Kor was silent. Then he whispered, she never forgot. Back on board the warship, Ward stared at Myra. You think you can stop this? He asked. She nodded. I can try. Ward stepped closer. You're not like us anymore. Myra looked him in the eyes. Maybe that's a good thing. Build up. She tries to shut down the warship systems. Myra moved fast. She typed commands into the panel, trying to disable weapons, trying to lock down launch controls. Behind her, soldiers started to move. Jock stepped forward. His voice was cold. You are not loyal? Myra didn't stop. I'm loyal to the truth. Jocks grabbed her arm. She pulled away. I know what we were sent to do, she said. This isn't it. Ward walked up behind her. He looked at the screen. Weapons were offline. Launch. Systems locked. Myra had done it. She had stopped the first strike. Ward's voice was quiet. You think peace will save us? Myra looked at him. It's the only thing that ever did? Ward raised his hand. Two soldiers stepped forward. They grabbed Myra. She didn't fight. She just looked at Ward. One last time. And said, they're still our people. Climax. She's caught. She's labeled as a traitor. The alarm stopped. Silence filled the room. Ward looked at Myra. Then he gave the order. Take her to the holding cell. Jocks nodded. He pulled Myra back. She didn't resist. As she was led away. She looked around. At the crew. At the ship. At the mission gone. Wrong. She whispered. There's still time to change this. No one answered. In the command center. Ward sat in the captain's chair. He looked at the screen. Earth was still there. Waiting. JX stood beside him. What do we do with her? He asked. Ward didn't look away from the screen. She made her choice. He pressed a button. A message appeared on every screen on board. Lieutenant Myra Soul has been removed. She is no longer part of the mission. We continue. The warship's engines roared. It prepared to jump. To go back to Earth. To finish what they had started, but deep inside, Myra sat alone in the dark. She wasn't finished, not yet. She had one last plan, and if it worked, everything would change. Cliffhanger. Will she be stopped? Or will she change everything? In the silence of the warship, Myra sat in her cell. Darkness surrounded her, but she wasn't afraid. She reached into her pocket, pulled out a small device. A hidden transmitter. She had brought it with her long ago, before they left, before they changed. She turned it on. A soft light blinked. Signal strength. Weak, but enough. She whispered into it. Earth, if anyone is listening. She paused. Then said, I have a way to stop them. The truth is broadcasted across space. Hook. She sends a message to Earth deep inside the warship. Myra sat alone in her cell. Darkness surrounded her. Only the soft blinking light of her hidden transmitter gave her hope. She whispered into it. Earth, if anyone is listening. She paused. Then said clearly, I have a way to stop them. Outside the door, silence. No guards. No footsteps. And a plan. She pressed a button. The signal launched into space. Fast. Quiet. Untraceable. It flew past stars. Past planets. Until it reached Earth. Set up. Everyone hears the truth. The warship isn't an enemy. It's us back at Earth Command. General Kor sat in the war room. Dr. Lin stood beside him. They watched footage from the warship. Myra's message had arrived. Kor leaned forward. Play it again. The message played. Earth, if anyone is listening, I have a way to stop them. Silence filled the room. Then Dr. Lin spoke. She's alive. Kor nodded slowly. And she's trying to help. Lin looked at the screen. We need to tell everyone. So they did, across Earth. News spread fast. Channels broadcast Myra's message. Her voice. Her words. People watched it, listened. Believed. This wasn't just a warship. It was one of their own. A lost crew. A forgotten mission. Now returned, but not as heroes. Not yet. Build. Up. Earth tries to talk to them. Some still don't believe. Command made a decision. They sent a reply. A message across space. To the warship. We hear you, Myra. We believe you. Tell us how to stop this. They waited. Hours passed. No answer. Outside. The warship hovered near Earth. Engines powered up. Weapons ready. Still moving. Still preparing for something. On Earth, fear grew. Some people believed Myra. Others didn't. General Kor stood before the world. He spoke clearly. This ship was sent to protect us. Its crew didn't come back to destroy us. They've been changed. But we can still reach them. Skeptics shook their heads. This could be a trick, one leader said. They might be lying to lower our guard. Kor looked at him. They're not monsters, he said. Not all of them. Back on the warship, Ward stood in the command center. JX walked beside him. The message came through. Jock said. Ward didn't move. I know. Jock frowned. Will you answer? Ward looked at the screen. At Earth. At the home he once loved. No, he said quietly. Not yet. Climax. The warship prepares its final strike inside the warship. Systems came online. Weapons charged. Targeting locked. One city. New. Haven. First strike. Final warning. Ward stood at the front. He looked at the screen. His fingers hovered over the launch panel. Behind him, Jocks waited. Ready. Loyal. Waiting for the order. Ward closed his eyes, then opened them. He pressed the button. Launch sequence began. Engines roared. The warship turned, prepared to fire. Side. Earth watched. People prayed. Would this be the end? Would the sky burn? Would history forget what once was? Then a sound from deep inside the ship. An alarm, not from the bridge. From below, from the prison. Level. From Myra. She had done something. Something big. Cliffhanger. One chance left. To save everyone in the darkness of the prison level. Myra worked fast. She had hacked into the system, using old codes. Old passwords. She reached the core. Found the override, typed in one last command, lockdown, weapons, paused the launch, engines slowed, alarm screamed. Ward turned. What's happening? A soldier ran in. Someone's inside the system. Ward's eyes burned with anger. He knew who. Myra. He grabbed his communicator. Find her. Stop her. He took a step toward the control panel and whispered, "You won't win this." Back. In the prison level, Myra looked at the screen. The strike was paused, but not stopped. She needed more time. More access. More power. She whispered into the transmitter. "Earth. I'm close, but I need help, and somewhere far away." Someone listened. "The warship is seconds from firing alarm," screamed on board the warship. Red lights flashed. Launch countdown ticked down. 5, 4, 3. Myra ran through the dark halls. Her hands were shaking. She had minutes, maybe seconds, before the strike began. Behind her, footsteps echoed. Soldiers chased her, but she didn't stop. She reached the main control room and whispered into her transmitter, "Earth, I'm inside. I can stop this." Then she pushed open the door. Captain Ward stood at the center. His hand hovered over the final launch button. He turned. His voice was cold. "You again." Myra stepped forward. "I won't let you do this." Ward looked at her. "You don't understand what we've become." Myra looked around. At the crew. At JAX. At the glowing eyes. At the broken minds. She did understand. That's why she had come. Set up. "Earth sends a message. You were sent to save us. Don't destroy us now." Outside on Earth, General Kor sat in the war room. Dr. Lin stood beside him. They watched the warship prepare to fire. Kor pressed a button. A message launched. Across space. Loud. Clear. To the crew of the USS Aegis. "We know who you are. We know why you were sent. You were not sent to destroy us. You were sent to protect us. Please remember who you really are." Silence followed. Back on board the warship. The message played on every screen. In every speaker. It echoed through the halls, through the memories, through the pain. Ward stood still. His hand trembled. Myra took a step closer. "They're telling the truth," she said. JAX looked at the screen. His face twitched, like something inside him was waking up. Build up. The leader hesitates. Memories return inside Ward's mind. Pieces began to fall. Old memories, fragments of his past. He remembered standing on Earth. Saying goodbye to his son. He remembered signing up for the mission. He remembered promising to come home. He remembered being human. He blinked, looked at Myra. Then at the screen. Then at JX. His voice cracked. I remember." Myra stepped forward. "That's right," she said softly. "We were sent to protect them." Ward looked at the launch panel. The countdown was paused. 1 second away. He could still press the button. End it all. Or he could choose differently. Climax. The warship powers down. Silence. Ward closed his eyes. Then he pulled his hand back. "No more." He turned to Jox. "Shut it down." Jox stared at him. "What?" "Shut it down," Ward repeated. "All systems." Jox hesitated. Then slowly. Obeyed. Lights dimmed. Engines cooled. Weapons powered off. The warship stopped preparing for war. Silence filled the room. Then the ship. Then space. Myra breathed. She had done it. Not with force, not with weapons, but with memory. With truth. With hope. Ending. The survivors land. A new future begins back on Earth. Command watched in shock. General Kor looked at the screen. They stopped. Dr. Lin smiled. They came back. The warship changed course. Not toward destruction, toward peace. It landed in a quiet field. No soldiers. No guns. Just wind and sky. Ward stepped out first. Then Myra. Then Jox. Others followed. Their eyes no longer glowed. Their bodies no longer stiff. They looked tired, but alive. Human. People came to meet them. Families. Friends. Reporters. Scientists. They weren't sure what to say, but they knew one thing. These people had been lost. Now they were found. Ward looked at the sky. At the world he once left behind. He turned to Myra. "Thank you," she smiled. "You chose to remember." Ward nodded. That's what matters. As the world welcomed them back, one question remained: what happens next? But for now, peace had returned, and that was enough.